My name is Wayne Wilson. I'm from Roanoke, Virginia. One of the things I love to do is go to Black Dog Salvage with my grandson Nathaniel. In Black Dog, you never really know what you're going to discover. There's always something new and exciting to look for. A lot of the things Nathaniel doesn't even recognize. If he doesn't know what something is used for, he'll ask for it. He'll stump me a lot of times on to actually have a Piper Cub airplane out there. He would love to take that home with him. He lights up our life. He keeps us moving. We just look forward to being with him. When I finished medical school, I had decided I wanted to, really be a surgeon, and ended up at Walter Reed before I came down to Roanoke.
He practiced till he was 75, and he did pretty well until he retired, and then some other things came up.
We first found out about Dr. Wilson's carotid issues kind of by surprise, and he had an episode where he was actually on the phone talking with a company and had some brief aphasia.
I said, "You're having a stroke." He didn't seem to realize it at first.
It resolved spontaneously, but he and my mother-in-law actually called me, and I said, "No, I agree. I think that was a TIA. You need to come to the ER immediately." And under evaluation, we found that he had bilateral carotid disease.
The way I had done carotids would be what's called an open carotid endarterectomy.
His right side internal carotid artery stenosis was greater than 90%, and because of how high the lesion was, carotid endarterectomy would have been very difficult.
And with his other comorbidities, including coronary disease, heart failure, and diabetes, another instance of general anesthesia might just be one time too many for him.
Dr. Adams recommended a new procedure called a TCAR.
As a hybrid procedure, it really allows us to maximize the benefit of an endovascular approach, but still have good access to the common carotid.
One of the things that I always had to worry about was that the patient, when they came out of a general anesthetic, might have had an intraoperative stroke. With this new TCAR procedure, when you reverse the blood flow, that debris which could be going to the brain would be reversed. And it just made it a much more safer procedure.
And Dr. Wilson is an old school surgeon, but once I was able to break it down for him what the advantages were, especially the fact that we could do this under local anesthesia, he was really on board pretty quickly.
So the morning of his procedure, Dr. Wilson came in. We did him first case, I believe, of the day.
I kind of went through the full spectrum of emotions. Dr. Wilson was the chief of surgery at the VA Medical Center where I trained, and he's my nurse practitioner's father-in-law as well. There was a lot riding on him having a good outcome with the procedure.
What was interesting, when they put me on the table, they gave me a squeezy toy that made a squeaking noise.
He was able to follow commands and squeeze our squeak toy to let us know that he could hear what we were saying and process it. And so really being able to talk with him during the procedure helped alleviate some of the pre-procedural anxiety of operating on someone that you not only know as a patient, but that you know personally.
He told me that it'd be a smaller incision just above the clavicle on the right side, and it would also involve accessing the artery through my groin.
Once we're able to get our stiff wire in and our arterial access, we can establish our flow reversal with the circuit. And then we bring our stent in, deploy the stent, and then take some post-deployment arteriograms. Following the procedure, once I knew it went well, it was really satisfying. He hit the ground running and was back to really his baseline level of activity within a couple days.
Well, it's interesting, since I did carotid endarterectomies myself, Initially, that was the procedure of choice, but as it turned out, this was an excellent experience for me. There was less discomfort. I was able to go home the next day, and I didn't have to undergo a general anesthesia.
Honestly, I think TCAR is the safest carotid procedure that we have right now.
We're just glad that he survived and doing so well, and he hadn't had any problems.
I'm thankful for my wife, my family, and our grandson Nathaniel.
If you watch the two of them walk around the salvage yard, it looks like twins because they have the same mannerisms, they have the same walk. So it really is like watching a little mini me.
They're two peas in a pod. Just don't come home with the airplane.